Hi friends, this is Aisha Singh here. I'm an educator, trainer, speaker and the serial entrepreneur. Today's topic is all about pre-writing skills. I'm sure we all educators have always imparted pre-writing skills before we start introducing alphabets and numbers to the child. But have you ever understood how important it is to introduce pre-writing skills before we introduce the alphabets and the numbers to the child? Well, pre-writing skills are the fundamental skills which makes the child able to write, to draw, to color and to do a lot more, even to hold a pencil. So these pre-writing skills, are we taking it very seriously to introduce to the child before introducing the alphabets? Now what happens, first thing let us understand what happens when pre-writing skills have not been introduced properly to the child. The child is not able to hold a pencil, the child is weak in writing, the child hand and eye coordination is very low. And this makes the child have a low self-esteem, because when the child is in the classroom, when the child goes to the bigger further classrooms, at that time all children are writing and the child is not able to write and cope up the time as the other children are writing, the obviously child starts feeling low, the self-esteem goes low and child starts feeling that I'm a failure and I'm not able to cope up with the class. So this kind of an psychology starts. Not only this can lead into a serious trouble later in their life. So only with these pre-writing skills, if we can make a career, a future and build a confidence to a child, then don't you think these pre-writing skills are very important as an educator that you need to inculcate properly to the child? So let us start focusing. There are so many pre-writing skills. I'm just going to show you a couple of them. These are the basic pre-writing skills. If you're seeing, there is a straight line, sleeping line, circle, sorry the circle is not good, the square, these kind of things are a basic pre-writing skills. These needs to be introduced to the child first. Once you go ahead, once the child is comfortable with these pre-writing skills, then you can just go ahead with this curve, with the point, with the U up curve and the down curve, the circle rotation in the clockwise, anti-clockwise, the directions. Okay, so these all things you can start introducing to the child, and this, the more you make it a little complicated with a sequential age in a sequence way, this will also enhance the child to understand the importance of pre-writing skill, which will also help him to construct a lot of not only alphabets, number, but a lot of many more things. Now I, as an educator, what I do is every week I make sure, before I introduce any letter, every week I introduce one letter. Before I introduce one letter, I always use pre-writing skills. Okay, so I do a pre-writing skill of one sheet, then I introduce a letter, then I do a pre-writing skill of one sheet, and then I introduce the number, then I do a pre-writing of one sheet, then I introduce coloring or drawing. So this kind of a basic variant, what happens is, it is adding a value to the child's learning and development. So my dear educators, please understand pre-writing skills are very important. Most of us educators don't even know what are pre-writing skills and why have they done. So please understand there are different type of pre-writing skills. Earlier there was only a basic version. Now you just go online, go to the Pinterest, you have so many versions of pre-writing skills. They are coming to worksheets, or even you can just use a blackboard, take a chalk piece, draw it and ask the child to imitate it. From a 1 year to 6 year pre-writing skills are very important. Keep introducing very often, and as a parent, even you could start doing it at home. You can ask the child either to draw it on a wall, or make a blackboard, or draw it on a blackboard, or take a paper, ask the child to keep scribbling. In this way you're actually making the fundamental very strong, which is very important to have a good writing. I still, me being so old, but still whenever I feel that my writing is coming down, I do this every time. I use this and I keep writing it in a circle wise every time. So this makes me my handwriting much better. Even as an educator, even you can do that. But right now, please make sure that you are introducing a fundamental pre-writing skills and making it very strong, so the child will never get neglected. And as an educator, only you can do this, and it's only 1 to 6 years. Only during this year and during this period you can introduce a proper pre-writing skill to make them very strong. Happy educating and spreading smiles. This is Aisha Singh signing off. Bye.